Hello everybody, this is Ganire, and today I'm going to be teaching you about coding. Today we're just going to be learning the basics. So, what we're going to start with are variables. So, start off with the basic ones, which are involve numbers. These are going to be your integers, which let's just name it, which the variables require a declaration like integer. We'll talk about more of the declarations later, and then sort of the declaration variable name, which we're going to just call this x, and then you usually start with equaling it out to something like, say, 1, but so to recap what I just said, do declarations, the name, equalization, and what it's going to equal to, then you always end it with a semicolon. Other words, it's not gonna run. And then from here, let's talk about the declarations, which we've got the integers, which are numbers which are just whole numbers, like, say, and it's, if I remember correctly, it's 4 bytes, which is 1 through whatever you want. It's just a huge pile of data. Then there's the shorts, which are just the same as integers, but use half the amount of space, so they can only count up to a lower number, has a lower maximum number. And then you got the long, which is twice as much as just going to be twice as much as the int. So, and then we've got the float. This is where we start being able to use decimals. And so, like, say 5.0, well, 5.6, like, and something I've learned is that you don't have to use the arbitrary numbers. So, like, if you're using, like, say, 0.6, it'll work just the same if you just remove the 0. And yeah, it'll work exactly the same. Then there's doubles, which, wait, did I tell it? Alright, so I don't think I told you how much the floats holds, but that's 4 bytes. Then the doubles are 8. So, and you can't name something the same, any variable the same as a previous variable. And then, so doubles are work the same as a float, just 8 bytes instead of 4. So 6.8. Then there's the chars, which they're 2 bytes, requires the single quotation marks thing, whatever it's called, and then we can just enter a letter, symbol, or a symbol, only one, can only hold one. So, and then we go into the string, which this one has to be capitalized. So, pretty sure. Yeah. The R. And then this one uses quotation marks. Has to be quotation marks. You can just write whatever you want in here. It can be multiple letters, multiple numbers, whatever. And then you've got your booleans, which they're 1 bit. It's a true or false. So you either set it to true or you set it to false. It's all it checks for, is whether it's true or false. Sorry, I'm not very good at spelling. Alright, and then from here, well, alright, let's review this, just because it can take a bit to learn when you're new. And yeah, so we have variables, which require declaration, a variable, equalizer, and equalization, and then a semicolon. In other words, it will not work. You can set it up without the equalization, but it's going to be whatever the last time X was used is. So it could be whatever. Who knows? So then we go into here, which I'm not going to go over the sizes again right now. You can go back to that later. And then from here, we can do the system outs, which are system.out.print, or you could do print line. That'll just basically create an enter key, and then yeah, which if we do no. Alright. You can run? Alright. And then yeah. What's the problem here? Oh my god. Alright. Whatever. Where's... Oh my god. Okay. Just... Okay, I guess Java doesn't allow for that. Cool. Alright. Alright, yeah. So I guess Java doesn't allow for it to just be trash. Which is what's different from C++, which will just allow you to do that. And yeah, you can print one thing, or you can, which if you're trying to print more than one thing, you have to use a plus. And then say you want to print the string, like that, H. Or you want to print your custom string that isn't a part of this. And if it loads, there we go. Yep. And if you want, like, let's say, for it to be a new line next, then just simply do that. Do a \n. It's annoying. And yeah, got your print 3 because of X, then too many from string print string H, new line from \n, then custom string from what I just decided to write there. And then on top of that, I could just say put that. I believe it'll print at 3. Yeah. Which if you want to do math inside of here, just put it in parentheses and then you print it. And yeah. Perfect. Then let's just remove all of this, just so that I can show what print line, system.out print line does. And we got that. I don't need that. Pretty sure that's... No, it does it after. I'm guessing. Oh. There we go. Alright. And just so you know, if you press Alt up or Alt down, it moves it up one line or down one line. And yeah, basically that's it for today's lesson. So I hope you guys learned at least something. Well, I guess let's review what we learned. So there's the declaration. For a variable, you need the declaration, variable name, equalizer, the declaration for variable type, the name, the equalizer, and what it's equalizing as. And then the int, the short is 4, it's 2 bytes. Int is 4, long is 8, double is 8. And then there's char, which is 2 bytes, different from C++, which is 1. Then string is 8 bytes. Then boolean is a single byte because it's true or false. Print line allows you to print out whatever you're wanting to print out with it going to the next line. Basically printing out an enter key after the line, after it prints out what it's printing out. Then print just prints out what you ask it to print out. And we'll get into this later, a few videos down the line. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time I do this.